facing significant fiscal challenges and rising public housing construction costs. The Housing Authority, HA, despite holding over 60 billion Hong Kong dollars in cash and investment reserves, is exploring cost-saving measures to optimize resource allocation. The HA is reviewing its approach to high-density, single-block public housing developments and may return less viable land parcels to the government. While some express concerns about potential impacts on housing supply and waiting times, the HA's focus remains on ensuring efficient and sustainable public housing development. Hong Kong's public housing shortage has led to controversial infill construction of high-rise buildings on existing estates for many years, a strategy employed since the 1990s and continued under the Leung Chun-ying administration. In recent years, the Housing Authority has accepted all government land allocations to meet public housing construction targets, even complex sites requiring costly piling works. However, approximately 30 years ago, the Housing Authority returned government land deemed too difficult to develop, with senior officials publicly criticizing the government for allocating excessive unprepared land, hindering housing targets. Hong Kong police plan to install 2,000 more CCTV cameras by the end of the year. Building on the success of a crime reduction initiative, Commissioner of Police Raymond Su noted a crime clearance rate exceeding 40% last year, attributing part of this success to the existing CCTV network. Further expansion is underway, exploring collaboration with other government departments to leverage their existing camera infrastructure for enhanced public safety and crime prevention. Despite the near 2-year implementation of SIM card registration and the introduction of the short message sender registration system, #prefix, scam reports remain high. Recent phishing attempts using #prefixed numbers, potentially via fake base stations, demonstrate vulnerabilities in the system. The Commissioner of Police stated that the Commerce and Economic Development Bureau plans to propose legislation this year limiting SIM card purchases and resale, while the police are investigating the methods used by scammers behind these #prefixed phishing messages. Hong Kong's men's ice hockey team, while showing improvement from their 9th-place finish at the Sapporo Asian Winter Games, fell short in the quarter-finals of the recent Asian Winter Games. The Hong Kong Ice Hockey Association chairman, Chan Yan-wing, advocates for a dedicated professional ice rink in Hong Kong, citing insufficient ice time at current facilities and the need to compete with other ice sports for training slots. He points out that the current training venues, though 3 in number, are inadequate for hosting major international competitions, forcing some players to travel to mainland China or Taiwan for practice. A purpose-built facility, he believes, is crucial for the advancement of ice sports in Hong Kong. Following a match against Turkmenistan at the Asian Winter Games, 3 players from the Hong Kong men's ice hockey team were assaulted by their opponents during the post-game handshake. 4 Turkmen players were subsequently suspended from the remainder of the games following intervention by the Hong Kong Sports Institute and the Hong Kong delegation. Hong Kong Ice Hockey Association chairman, Chan Yan-wing, stated that the matter is considered resolved with the suspensions, although a further investigation by the International Ice Hockey Federation is ongoing. He emphasized that violence has no place in sports. Hong Kong's giant panda twins are now officially on public display at the Panda Journey Exhibition Hall. A naming competition has also begun, with judging criteria requiring entries to reflect the panda's background. Caretakers offered insights into the twins' personalities and preferences, describing the male as cuddly, playful, and fond of bamboo wind chimes, while the female is more active, enjoying climbing and swings. However, the nicknames elder sister and younger brother, used by the public for the past 6 months, are not eligible for the official naming competition. The official names are expected to be announced in the first half of this year. Giant panda twins, elder sister and younger brother, are now on public display at Ocean Park. The public can view them via a timed system, approximately 5 minutes per person, while a premium experience, Panda Fun Time, offering a 30-minute viewing session, costs 1,500 Hong Kong dollars per person and has already attracted hundreds of bookings. Ocean Park Chairman, Mr. Peng Kin Yi, expects the panda's popularity to significantly boost park revenue through increased visitor numbers and merchandise sales. The government's resumption of control over the Tuen Mun Chek Lap Kok Link (TMLK) in May will be followed by a Legislative Council debate on Wednesday, 19th, regarding the new toll regulations. A proposed amendment by lawmaker Stephen Ho Chun Yin of the Roundtable, suggesting free passage for private cars, motorcycles, and commercial vehicles outside of peak hours, has been met with government opposition citing potential congestion and operational deficits. At least 2 political groups have expressed reservations. Mr. Ho defends his proposal as a matter of principle, questioning the rationale behind free use of the Tuen Mun Highway while charging tolls on the TMLK, arguing that using fiscal deficit as the sole criterion for road pricing is unfair. This legislative session has seen remarkably few amendments proposed by lawmakers during the second and third readings of bills, excluding the finance bill. Of the over 80 government bills passed by last Wednesday, December 12, fewer than 10 saw any amendments proposed. Some legislators attribute this to the government proactively incorporating legislative feedback from the Bills Committee, thus rendering further amendments largely unnecessary. The government-supported revitalization project at Guk Pu, a cluster of 7 villages on the eastern coast of Sha Tau Kok, transformed a collapsed 4-room, 3-courtyard house in the oldest village, Lao Wai, established in the late Ming and early Qing dynasties, into a public ruin garden. Due to the building's extensive damage, the University of Hong Kong architecture team opted for preservation rather than full restoration, creating pathways and simple living spaces within the structure. Significantly, they successfully preserved an old wall that had intertwined with a banyan tree, extending the life of this historic dwelling. The once thriving village, facing decline and encroaching wetlands, is undergoing a revitalization effort. Villagers, determined to preserve their heritage, are collaborating with universities to restore village houses for public tours, showcasing the village's rich history and attracting residents back. While this initial step is promising, a comprehensive assessment of the village's aging structures is crucial. Professor Wang Wei Ren of HKU's Architecture Department highlights the urgent need for repairs to prevent the complete collapse of century-old houses within 5 years due to weathering. A prioritized restoration plan is essential to secure the village's long-term future. A woman was found dead in Chengchao yesterday afternoon. Police are investigating. The Labor Department's Youth Employment Expo at the Hong Kong Convention and Exhibition Center yesterday, featuring 47 organizations across banking, education, and technology sectors, offered over 1,200 local and Greater Bay Area job training opportunities. The expo attracted 2,512 attendees. Positive feedback included job seekers highlighting the competitive salaries offered in the Greater Bay Area under the Greater Bay Area Youth Employment Scheme, and while employers acknowledged government subsidies for hiring Hong Kongers, they also noted the ongoing challenge of high initial training and R&D costs. Hong Kong police swiftly acted on the newly enacted 2025 Dangerous Drugs Ordinance Amendment, arresting 5 individuals and seizing materials and finished products used in the production of dangerous space oil, smoke bombs. Former social welfare sector legislator Mr. Xiao Ka-chun, who passed away on October 10, was remembered at a memorial service yesterday attended by over 1,000 people, including family, friends, and colleagues. The service, held at the Wan Chai Methodist Church, highlighted Mr. Xiao's dedication to serving the community and his legacy of advocating for the vulnerable. As the Russo-Ukrainian War approaches its 3rd anniversary, a phone call between the U.S. and Russian presidents has yielded agreement to begin ceasefire negotiations. While the prospect of peace is welcome, President Trump's proposed conditions, resembling a power-sharing agreement between empires, have sparked considerable controversy. These conditions, including Ukraine's acceptance of the annexation of nearly 20% of its territory and compensation for U.S. military aid with Ukrainian natural resources, are widely seen as prioritizing a narrow, self-serving U.S. agenda. Such a deal would sacrifice Ukraine's interests and exclude Europe from crucial decisions impacting its vital security interests. European and Ukrainian concerns over this unilateral approach signal significant obstacles to a lasting peace.